Hey there, hi there, Pisces, and welcome to your soulmate reading with me, Priscilla B. So, to get things started, I'm going to draw a card for your energy, a card for your soulmate's energy, and then a card that connects you both and creates an energy. And that energy is going to be revealed in the tarot card that I pull for you. Okay? So, up first, we have your energy, Pisces, and we have the Hermit. Okay? So, right now, you are in this stage, phase, whatever you want to call it, Pisces, where you're very much hermit mode energy. Okay? You're really not like trying to, oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's a crazy synchronicity right there. So, I gotta tell you this. Okay, so right now, Pisces, yeah, you are in kind of like this like hashtag hermit mode, and I'm coining that phrase. I don't know if there's any other tarot readers out there that are trying to coin that phrase, but I'm here to say on this day, June 17th, 2026, I am claiming it as my own. So, yeah, for any future discrepancies. But yeah, the Hermit. Okay, so basically, Hermit mode, it's a time of self reflection, self healing. You're just like in that place now where you kind of like already know what it is that you want, what it is you're looking for, what it is you're willing to receive, versus what you don't want to receive, that sort of thing. And the Hermit is in that stage where it's pretty much contemplating all of recent activity. Yeah, so it's a really good place to be when it comes to soulmate connections, because it shows a lot of wisdom and self-control, and also like restraint, because I feel like emotions get very heightened when you first connect with somebody. So that brings me to your soulmate's energy, and I love mixing my cards, and I wasn't originally planning on doing this, but I couldn't help it, and I had to. But your soulmate's energy, Pisces, the Hermit. You guys are both in hermit mode together. What a coincidence. Who would have thought that? I feel like you are more so leaning toward like a state of like privacy, and I want to say like the cloak of invisibility from Harry Potter. No, but I want to say you're definitely not like being like, you're not trying to like make everything so like public for everybody. You don't want everyone knowing your information. You don't want everyone knowing your life, Pisces, and that's your right. So I feel like you're keeping a lot of you're keeping your cards close to your chest, Pisces. But the fun thing about your reading is that I get to tell you what those cards are, Pisces. So only you and I know. It'll be our little secret, okay? Yeah. So your soulmate is in hermit mode too. Okay, they're shining their light. I feel like they're holding their lantern up. I feel like towards you, a little bit more than you are. I feel like they're being a little bit more open and direct. Whereas you are kind of being like you're being direct, but in a very much more like I want to say like. It's more of like a gentler approach to this connection. Like you're vulnerable, right? Okay, Pisces. So you're definitely more in a much more vulnerable position than they are, and they're completely aware of that. But like, look, they're willing to be out there in the cold with you, like in this icy snowstorm, right? Like they're like, I'm there too, but like I feel like they have a little bit, like they're not like they're vulnerable too, but it's like they might take a lead when it comes to that, just so like you both don't have to like feel any type of pressure. okay? Like, you don't want to feel pressure, obviously, because you've been there before. Both of you have been there before. But you also want to, like, be there with each other, too, at the same time. I don't know. You're, like, in the same exact place. You're in the same exact frame of mind, anyway, with the Hermit energy. So what is, like, kind of linking you guys together at this time? And we have the Moon energy. Okay, this is your shared energy. All right. So taking a look here at the Hermit energy and the Moon energy. Oh my God, my book is already open to the Moon. So I'm going to just read you this. The Moon is the archetype of mystery. Portents are seen in the mind's eye and felt in the body. A full moon rises and outshines all celestial objects. The shadow which feels a stirring deep within her. A body rises from the waters as if the moon were a magnet, birthing a fully formed woman from the murky depths. The moon reflects new possibility rising from your subconscious to fill the space you have created. The moon is odd and unfamiliar. It is something new taking form. The moon is uncanny, mysterious, psychic, and dangerous because original creations are rarely familiar. It can be downright frightening and scary to encounter something you can't identify. This is why the things we desire often frighten us. New possibilities, new ways of being drawn, unfamiliar responses from us. The moon card gently lets us know we can support what is rising. The time is at hand. This is the birth of what always existed within. The subconscious communicates directly with your highest consciousness. There is no interference. This urge, desire, and new way can rise through the moon's reflected light. Sacred imagination is activated. Visions of future importance are seen in the mind's eye and felt in the body. The lady rises from lunar subconscious depths as the pregnant moon rises in the night sky. Two wolves howl, reflecting our animal instincts. Dual Gothic towers foreshadow the evolution of what is to come, what will be built. A path leads from the water to a distant mountain. This is the path of completion. What rises is sure to become real. Dreams, nighttime, psychic activity, and the paranormal. An idea, thought, or thing inside your subconscious is ready to rise and be seen. Imagination, visions, dark magic. Wow. Yeah, this is like, you guys have like all this in common with each other. I feel like for you, it's like you are this source of divine feminine energy. I feel like they are seeing this reflected in you. And I feel like you also, like, the thing about the moon is like, it's not just, feminine, it's also like masculine too. Like, obviously we refer to the moon as like more feminine with like the lunar cycles, but I feel like there's like your soulmate is like so like in tune with that. I don't know, it's kind of scary. That's why it's like scary, good scary though. Okay, not that scary, good scary. Yeah, there's bats and the towers, the two towers. Okay, I feel like one represents you, one represents your soulmate. Like you're the hermit in this tower, they're the hermit in this tower, right? Okay, and I was actually just looking up like what the spiritual meaning of bats are, and it's kind of random, right? But like, I don't know, you know. So let's see. All right, bats symbolize transformation, intuition, and the ability to navigate the unseen, guiding us through personal growth and spiritual renewal, transformation, and rebirth. Yeah, it's like you both are going through a transformation and a rebirth together at the same time. And this is like what is kind of like connecting you guys. It's like you both are going through transformation and rebirth, like at the same time in your own individual paths. But also together. It's like you're very like in tune with that. Encountering a bat may signal that you are on the verge of a significant personal change, encouraging you to release old habits and embrace new opportunities for renewal and self-improvement. Yep, and that's what the hermit does. Is like it's constantly like self-approving. It's constantly like it's kind of already achieved spiritual mastery, but it's like always going beyond that, always going to the next level and the next level, like almost like creating levels, like infinite possibilities, but not like, and then that's when energy starts like picking up, and that's when you start to see like other energies come into the mix to sort of like be on those layers with you and like keep our levels I should say, layers and levels, you know, same thing. But anyways, okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look now at the Hermit energy. I'm going to read you the Hermit energy from both my books, because I have two books here. The Hermit is the archetype of the sage. The wisdom of silence is deafening. The shadow witch moves onward and sees a light shining in the darkness through the trees. The Hermit holds a lantern at the mouth of a cave. The cave walls contain scribbling signs and symbols. The Hermit invites a shadow witch inside her cave. The Hermit sequests herself in order to hear the divine whispers of the universe. Recorded knowledge provides groundwork, but only each individual can experience a unique relationship with the unseen. This is why hermits, historic masters, and soul seekers sequester themselves into seclusion and vows of silence. It is the profound functionality of silence and darkness where one becomes an active observer responding to the living universe. Away from noise, sound, and distraction, the innermost trembling of the soul may be heard. This is why hermits seek vastness and seclusion deep in the desert or high in the mountains, far and away from the psychic energy of others. The hermit moves outside of her cave once her relationship to mystery is cultivated. She lets her inner light of knowledge and guidance lead the way so that others may do the same for themselves. The hermit's cave, like a dark forest or the underworld, reflects hidden knowledge and a journey. Her cloak and hood express protection. The glowing lamp is a beacon for others to follow. Historic markings inside the cave reflect the active work of the hermit. She is not passive in her exploration of her inner and outer landscape, but alive, observant, and completely aware. Yeah, and that's the kind of energy I was picking up on. It's like, you're not being like passive here, okay? You're doing like this like inner and outer landscape. You're creating this inner and outer landscape. You're pretty much like creating your entire like I want to say like worlds here, like place to exist, environment, okay, landscape, right? You are the architect, you are the designer of your own universe, of your own world, okay? And while you are doing this work, okay, your soulmate's over here doing the same thing pretty much, you know? But you're both like holding up a lantern to each other. Like, you're welcome in my vast landscape and vice versa. Okay? And then I'll show you the image from my Darkwood Tarot book. Yes, I don't have the cards. I mean, I have them somewhere, but Chaos is like my middle name, so I don't know what to tell you. So the meaning here is silence, space, thought, sequester, meditation, curiosity, questioning, removing yourself from the noise of everyday life, inner knowledge cultivated by personal investigation, acute listening to the universe inside of you, sharing wisdom with others, leading by example. Okay, Pisces. So that's pretty much what you're doing. Okay. Now, for your soulmates. Let's take a look here. Okay, so it says here, the Hermit card is all about taking purposeful time off, standing alone, and looking within. When this card appears in a reading, it is a sign that you need to take some downtime for yourself and regroup. Now is the time for vision questing, reflection, intuition, meditation, and self-development. It is time to work your magic solitarily for a while. Even if you are a member of a coven, trust in yourself and in your gut hunches and take some personal time to see where this leads you. Let your magic light the way, no matter what challenges you are facing. Reflection, meditation, intuition, taking time off from the coven, solitary work, spending some time alone out in nature, gaining enlightenment. Yeah. So your soulmate is pretty much doing the same thing as you are. You're both like taking some time to yourselves. And then we have the moon energy, okay? This is the card of the crone goddess, waning moon magic, intuition and illusions. It may also represent a development of psychic powers. When this card appears in a reading, it reveals that people and situations are not always as they appear. The moonlight can be deceptive. What looks one way during the day may appear completely different under the shifting light of the moon. You need to look carefully at what you think you see. Call on your guides, totems, and hectates to see past the fog and to recognize the truth. Use your psychic gifts and trust your intuition. Work magic with hecate now to see through any illusions and for the gifts of foresight, wisdom, and protection. Wisdom gained through years of life experience. Okay, you both have had years of experience to kind of like discover like more of like who you are. Trusting your intuition. Like the hermit, you know, is always constantly like training their mind, training their body and their spirit and their soul to new levels and creating these new levels so that others can follow, you know, that want to, right? The hermit is definitely a leader, okay? A leader energy. So seeing that you're both leaders, it's, you know, you got work to do, but you also want to keep this connection and the momentum going at the same time. All right, so let's take a look here at some more of this energy overall. Oh, wow. All right, yeah, so I'm going to draw some more cards for your energy, Pisces. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw some more for your hermit, for your soulmate. Okay, there we go. All right, so the Hierophant. Okay, Pisces. All right, this energy is coming in. Also, we have Shekinah, the presence of divine feminine. So, okay, the presence of the divine feminine at the center of everything. There is light, and I am that light. Okay, yeah, I mean, you are really this like very strong force of energy, not like forceful, but you are like a force of energy that is light. And you pretty much are like at the center of everything here, like just like very connected here with source. So the Hierophant, okay. Yeah, I'm also picking up like the Weaver here, okay, and hands. And there's a sword of like truth here, and this snake eating its own tail, and the moon. Okay, I feel like you both like kind of share that energy a little bit, but it's really like you almost like don't want to like, you don't want to devour yourself, like, you know what I mean? It's like almost like you guys, I want to say you guys almost feel like you devour each other, but no, I'm gonna stick with it. I am, because that's what I'm picking up on. Yeah, I feel like you guys can both teach each other this energy of like being each other's like light in the darkness sort of vibe I'm picking up on. I feel like you both like kind of thrive in like the shadows, thrive. By thrive I mean like you explore those parts of yourselves very deeply. So The Hierophant, this is more of like what action to take. And then I'll get your soulmate's action card. Okay. Yeah. This. So the Hierophant is the archetype of the teacher. Yeah, you guys are both teachers. I feel like you both want, like, have so much to teach each other too. The answers you seek stand before you. The shadow which departs from the valley of fire, she spies a book upon her path. She picks up the tome and flips through its sweet musky pages. Another strewn book catches her attention. This book leads to another book. Before she knows it, like a trail of breadcrumbs, the books lead her to an animated anthropomorphic tree. Trees are wise teachers to those who stop, look, and listen. The Hierophant tree stands as the external symbol, form, and doorway to religion and assorted dogmas. All religious and spiritual teachings come from the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the shaman, medicine woman, priest, guru, and yogi who passes on an historic information to students and disciples. This card reflects the relationship between mentor and student. It is giving and taking, the pursuit of knowledge, and a systematic course of study. Crossed keys bearing the dark wood's initials reflect the unlocking of knowledge. A teacher encourages the student to uncover what they have always known deep inside. The two turtles in the water are the connection to natural history. The snake is Kundalini power. And there's your snake right there, your Kundalini energy. Yeah, your soulmate is definitely really into your Kundalini power. Okay. The Hierophant makes a sign of benediction and blessing with her right hand. Her left hand holds a scroll of ancient symbols, the historic gateway to a knowledge transcending language. Symbols speak directly to our unconscious. She is our attempt to explain and explore the ineffable. The Emperor provides order for the world. The Hierophant gives us a hint and indication of the secrets and mysteries that exist behind the structure of daily life. The passing on of a lineage and holy teachings, religious historic texts, and ritualistic implements, external spirituality, religious structures and institutions, belief systems that are instilled rather than experienced, societal norms and expectations, teachers and students, mentorship, the sharing of information. What lessons are you learning? Okay, so yeah, you're definitely this very strong symbol of energy around your soulmate. Yeah, non-committal, independent. Okay, you guys are like pretty independent creatures, but you are very more so than they are. Like, I feel like you also don't like, I don't know. Yeah, Lemurian, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Okay, this is what you're working on. This is what you're working on here, Pisces, as far as like the landscape goes. Lemurian for you. Take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the treadmill. Yeah, it's almost like when you guys, like when you want to take a break, you both want to take a break at the same time. You both want, yeah, you guys both want to like take a break at the same time. I feel like your soulmate is also kind of like that sort of like energy towards you. It's like, okay, like I'm the break you need kind of energy. Like they give you a break. I feel like, yeah, Page of Cups for your soulmate's energy. Okay, so Page of Cups. You're gonna laugh when I show you this, but the number 666, Pisces, reflect, love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, self-love. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. You need a mental shift toward greater optimism, self-assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. Yeah. This is the connection. This is the angel number energy within this connection. They want you to be able to take a break with them, like from always constantly creating these landscapes and creating your work. You guys are kind of like each other's like relief from stress when it comes to that type of stuff. And the Page of Cups. Okay, it's like, because you guys can both teach each other something. You're creating this whole landscape of heaven on earth. And they're like, okay, well, when you get a break or I'm going to create a break for you. It's like, okay, like I feel like sometimes Pisces, you don't like, you constantly are working on yourself. You're constantly, you're very career ambitious. And then your soulmate's like, okay, me too, but let's take a break together. Okay, so Page of Cups. Let me see here. Page of Cups. The Intuitive. The Page of Water, half human, part animal, and all heart, holds a golden cup. Tendrils of mist stream up and out of the cup. A ghost-like fish gazes up at the page. It is as if they were the only two people in the world. This card reflects youthful perception, a child and her imaginary friend. It is the child's imagination and intuition bringing all of us into what is possible. The Page of Cups is a visionary, psychic, intuitive child. The Page of Cups allows objects, shapes, and aspirations to appear before her without passing judgment or staking claim. She allows things to be just as they are and uses astute observation to see the true nature of what passes before her. Observe without judgment, look deeper like an artist or a mystic into the true nature of people, places, and things. Allow clairvoyance and psychic phenomena to occur without censure. An open and sensitive personality, kind and non-judgmental, the response in our hearts when we experience starlighting beauty, instant forgiveness, and a kind word that is desperately needed and unexpected, honoring the dignity of every human animal and thing, acceptance. There you have it, Pisces. And I feel like these two energies, the Page of Cups and the Hierophant, like I said before, you guys are reflecting these, you see the Page of Cups be like coming from your, like the way you're, God, I don't even know how to talk. Okay. Basically here, your soulmate sees a Hierophant energy being reflected onto them when they're around you. You see a Page of Cups energy reflected on you when you're around your soulmate. Okay, that kind of sounds probably a little bit confusing, but it's like you guys are mirroring each other. You're seeing yourself through your soulmate's view and perception, and they're seeing their selves through your view, and that's creating this alignment here. Yeah. Yeah, those are like, that's pretty much the action to take here. I would say the Hangman when it comes to both of you taking action together, because you guys are already taking action to like share with each other what you see in the other person and what you're drawn to in the other person. So together you guys can create this Hangman energy. Once you've already established like the rules and the boundaries of the connection, because that is like laying out the foundation. Once you're in alignment with that, that, then you can move to like the next stage, which is the Hangman. Okay. And it's going to be important. It's always important to have like rules, like boundaries. Like, I know that sounds like the opposite of fun, but I feel like you guys are going to have fun creating those rules and those boundaries together. Okay. And it's not going to be like some kind of like boring game or some kind of manipulation tactic. It's truth, it's honesty, and it's where you're both it's what you're both feeling. And I think you're both able to express how you're feeling openly and honestly without judgment. And that's important. Like laying down the framework there for that. So yeah. So the Hangman is the archetype of the mystic. The deeper you look, the more is revealed. The shadow witch moves on as she contemplates all she's seen and learned. She can't help but wonder what will come next. She doesn't walk far before hearing violin strings silencing through the forest with an eerie and uncanny tune. She arrives at a T-shaped fork in the path. A stunning immortal creature, a vampire, hangs before her, like a signpost. The witch thinks the vampire is sleeping until this queen of the dead opens her eyes, which are as red as a bloody October sunset, and hypnotizes the witch. A vampire woman is the hanged man. The hangman is a mystic who sees everything from a different point of view. The inversion is the ability to see your situation and surroundings in a new way. This is why the hangman hangs like a traitor at the crossroads. Your personal crossroad, a choice, is implied by the T-shaped cross she hangs from. Crossroads are the gathering point of multiple possibilities and realities. They echo union and separation and are a place of convergence. Crossroads are an entrance to the underworld guarded by Hecate, goddess and guardian of the underworld, who, like vampires, brings humans into dark netherworlds. On a simple level, the crossroads offers an opportunity to choose and foreshadow a meeting with the devil. That's why you guys got 666. The hanging spider, the weaver of stories, reminds us of the narratives we create. Perhaps it is time to plot a new story for our reversed perspective. The vampire hangs upside down, reflecting all that is supernatural. The vampire is the inversion of all things seemingly human and the essence of life amidst death. Vampires and mystics each possess supernatural abilities, such as levitating, mind reading, longevity, and immortality. The mystic does not swap day for night, good for bad, or right for wrong, like the myth of the vampire, but instead accepts the wholeness and interconnectedness of all things. The hangman asks you to examine your current situation from a new point of view. It is a moment of stasis, offering the opportunity of a new vantage point. It is space for you to gather the strength, insight, and resources you need. The hangman appears like a signpost. Hold tight, things are about to get interesting. Okay, so there you go. You have it there, Pisces. Things are about to get interesting, that's for sure. Because you guys are both like in that same place, and you're in that same place, and you're going through that together. So it's gonna be interesting, Pisces. I'm gonna have to like check back in with you. And it says here, a moment's pause, stillness, a sacrifice is made for the greater good of all involved. The world seen through a new set of eyes, revelations beheld. Keep looking, excitement is afoot. Deep mystical tendencies, contemplation, seeing the situation at hand from an entirely new point of view, cultivating depth in the present moment. All right, Pisces. So you got this. Like, you and your soulmate are pretty much like in alignment, moving forward with everything, and just seeing where the journey takes you. So you both have your own individual paths, and that is already a huge help in all of this. And you also both know that like when you guys do want to like your paths want to converge, you both are willing to make that happen and put in the effort. So there you have it. All right, Pisces, love and light always. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.